guys, it's Jonah here, and it's Sunday, so that can mean only one thing. I'm getting, you see what I'm doing? I'm getting more and more each week. I better stop it soon. Anyway, that means it's Supermarket Sunday. We've been back at a supermarket which I've kind of overlooked a little bit because I didn't think they actually did their own version of brews. And our local version of this supermarket has had a refit, and as such I had a bit more of a nose round than I would do usually. And we're talking Waitrose. I picked up this. It's quite a good book. It tells you all their range of wines, beers, spirits, and it's free. So if you're in Waitrose, go and pick one of these up. And Waitrose has teamed up with, excuse me while I put that down, Prince of Wales and his company that kind of hasn't been doing so well of late, unfortunately, because I think the principles are really good, but Waitrose have teamed up with Duchy. So we're looking at this beer today, and it even says on the label Duchy Originals from Waitrose, and this one's the organic Ruby Red or Old Ruby Red Ale. And this is all organic, so it's good stuff. A little bit expensive, but not much more than premium beers. And it has a very interesting barley called Plumage Archer. Plumage Archer. And it also uses first hop, which have also been organically grown on the Highgrove estate. So all of this stuff is grown in the UK, organically grown. So it's got to be good. Presentation's slightly different to the old school Duchy products, and there's a date on here, 1905, which I don't know if it says. No, it doesn't actually say, but it's probably a recipe from 1905. Now guess what, it gets more complicated, because this brew, it says at the bottom, was brewed in Oxfordshire. And we all know what beers come out of Oxfordshire. Yeah, this has been brewed by Wychwood, which is owned by Marston's, which is in turn owned by InBev, which is corporate nonsense. So, we've got a very good beer with very good ingredients, but it's kind of brewed by a corporate monster. So, you know, who am I? Would you say I'm a hypocrite? You probably would. But yeah, the more and more you delve into supermarket brand beers, the more the same players come up and up again, and they're corporate giants. So, supermarkets, if you're listening, and you're probably not, Uncle Jonna says use some independent breweries, don't use the big bad boys, because essentially they're only in it for the money. And Prince Charles, if you've got any influence on this beer, please, 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 try and get someone else to brew it. That's all I'm saying, because the principles of it are so good. Wow, I can smell. Oh, I can smell the hops from here. Now let's have a look. Been in the fridge because I've had a couple of exploding beers lately. That's the only reason. Look how clear that is. Lovely, lovely golden honey colour. Slightly darker than a pale ale, but very, very nice. I wouldn't call it red. Old Ruby Ale. Ruby Ale? I'm not too sure about the colour, but the aromas coming off here are brilliant. Lovely. Head-wise, not too much, to be honest. Had a little bit to start with, but that's all gone. Carbonation's quite down as well, although it has got a little bit. It's not overly carbonated, put it that way. I'm getting zestiness from that, from the aroma, but I'm also getting a sweetness. Am I getting a barley aroma? That would be very, very interesting. This beer is only 5%, so it's not that strong, but it might be I'm getting the sweetness from the barley. That would be That would be a very, very good thing. Anyway, it's Sunday, I'm thirsty, so I'm going to tuck in. Cheers and beers, guys. Oh, we have got a very, a bit of a mixed bag. Intensely sweet as you draw the beer down, followed by a hit of bitterness from those hops. And the First Gold are a UK grown hop, and they're a dwarf plant, so if you're ever thinking of growing hops in pots at home, First Gold's a good one. And I know Badger, there's a Badger First Gold single hop that you can buy, so that's what's in here. We're getting caramel, we're getting honey up front, tails into the bitterness of the hop, but I'm not really getting any lingering hoppy kind of taste that you'd maybe assign to a more hoppier beer, an IPA or something. That's not what this is about. This is a bitter, definitely a bitter drink. Is it a dishwater pint? Not really. There's something about it, there's a slight astringency to the taste, which to me makes it non-quaffable, if that makes sense. However, it does taste, the hops in this, I should say, do taste very green, very lush, very herbaceous. On balance, it's more bitter than sweet from the malt, from the barley. But because this is an organic drink, you've got to give bonus points to this. Would I buy again? Well, yes, I would. Especially if this is on offer. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge to you, Waitrose. Tiny bit bitter for my taste, but for those of you that like a nice pint of bitter, or held up to the belief of drinking organic stuff, organic beer, look no further than this one. Old Ruby Red Ale from Waitrose. I have to say, I'm quite impressed. For an organic product, I think this is very good. Cheers and beers to you. Enjoy the rest of your Sunday. Hopefully I haven't put you off by my inane ramblings, and we'll be back next week with another beer. Take care, guys. See you real soon. Ooh.